You've been wondering why you've been feeling exhausted or why you're so exhausted of late. And it's not because life is hard, but it's because you've given many people first row seats access to your life. Na sasa, that's where the problem starts. Because when many people have access to your time, to your emotional vulnerability, to your immediate responses, and to your vulnerability in general, it's quite something. It's quite exhausting. Thing that's wanting in this whole scenario is that you are the one who's given them all this access. You're the one who's allowed them this access to your life and to you. So the things that we underestimate when it comes to access and boundaries. Hello, family. Thank you so much for clicking. I'm your host, Diversified Wangari, and this is the Peace of Mind podcast. How have you been? How's your week? How's your time been since the last time we met or since the last time we hanged out? I know it's been crazy because actually the weather has really switched up on us. Kulikuwa na kiangazi just the other day. Now it's just been raining non-stop almost every single day. And there's nothing as hectic as living in Nairobi when it's raining because the floods, the mud, the hiking of fare prices, the crazy traffic jams. Like, yo, I don't even want to continue because I'll just start crying in this video. Like, when it rains, commuting in Nairobi is just hectic. But other than that, I hope you've been good. Nimekumiss. And by the way, it's still the month of love, eh? So, how is that going? Are we still showing Valentine's, heebie-jeebies? Do we still have the Valentine's heebie-jeebies? Ama we've settled? Ama watu washa break up? Like, what's going on? I hope you're with your partner. Na kwanza ni whether to so msi break up sai. Break up at least kama joy merudi. But sai it's still early juu kuna baridi. And you might need them. Before we get into it, hold up. The Russian guy. Why is it that most Russian people, Russian men, why is it wanaitangwa Vladimir? So apparently this culprit, this Russian culprit that has been going around in our country exploiting our women for entertainment and for fun and for whatever other reason, God knows what. I'm so glad that the DCI as well as the Ghanaian government have come together to identify who this culprit is. He's called Vladislav Lyukov. Kwani ni movie. And he's 36 years old. Yani, these days, when you look at some of the cases that are happening against women and children, many of these new offenders are very young kids, very young men, early 20s, late 20s, early 30s. You're still so young. Like, you're so young. Why would you think of doing this crazy and heinous things to women and kids? But I digress. So this guy, if you've not been caught up with the story, has been going around Nairobi picking up women, and he's wearing this meta glasses so you can just see him recording the whole interaction, how he meets the girls, says hi, picks them up, and he takes them back to his place, like maybe later in the day or whatever. And suspiciously, or not even suspiciously, but apparently he's been making also X-rated videos of these women without their consent and posting them maybe on the online, and it might be those Russian websites or something, but he still does that, and that's so sickening. It's so sickening. Unabo, like, man, you can't just be normal. Like, sukwetu normal hata kani kidogo. Anyway, I'm so glad that DCI Kenya and the Ghanaian government have come together to find this culprit, and if it is possible, to extradite him to his country, because we cannot live like this. You're not ours. You're not from our land. Why are you doing this? Wanafaa kupatwa apigwe mabare kadhaa, cause what do you mean? Yani, unatoka kanchenu unakuja thousands and thousands of miles away from your place to come and do those dirty businesses in our country. But they just take your things I hope in handcuffs as well. Ubebwe, uende, urudi kwenu. We don't want people like you here. And now these are some of the cases that are just making many women to just not have interest in men, because what is this, like, you grow up hata kama ni for 2 minutes, gosh. Anyway, moving on to the drama within our boundaries, within our country, by our own people. Oh my goodness. And I have to mention this because I had talked about it in my previous videos, but it's really one thing. Unajua sisi kama madem tuko hapa, we are trying, tunatry kukutetea, we are trying to, show you sympathy and cover you, because enyewe you were exploited and they took advantage of you. But sasa, when you start doing things like this and being given roses in church by the pastor, alafu moments later tuna find out that you're expecting his child, hata sisi kama wanawake na you're making it hard for us to try and tukutete, because what do you mean? What do you mean you're pregnant? Nani? You're kanyari? Hapo me drop the ball. Hata sitaendelea news story ishabo. But they, women, Kenyan girls, take care of yourself and love yourself, please, because kwa ground vitu ni different, things are different, and I wanted to relay that because I felt so bad, even coming here and sharing that story with you and trying to see how we can help our girl, and how we can be able to, intervene for her. Hey, she's made it a bit hard. Tumeshikwa hivi kwa ukuta. We've been placed on a chokehold against our will, all because you're trying to, protect the girl child and be there for her. But sasa, at the end of the day, by she's also still an adult na ako allowed kufanya whatever it is and please na bring joy. But hapo syllabus mekimbiza syllabus haraka sana kiasi. So ningeomba kushukia hapa tafadhali. I ask to alight the ride from here. Thank you very much. Because most of the things that I even find out about this lady and this pastor is against my will. So with that, this is, I think, the last time I'm going to be covering this story, because it's embarrassing, it's disgraceful, and I don't know, it just sheds a tinted light on the girl child. Yeah. And by the way, I almost forgot the fact that Kenyan men, when you're like wanna react to women being picked up by this Russian guy, or even whatever it is happening to women nationwide, is very poor. What do you mean? Oh, you see, the daughters of Eve, they're so cheap and easy, and they're desperate, and all these negative things that you're trying to relay and say the Kenyan woman is, but you're forgetting that most of these women, they're not doing this because that they're saying, oh yeah, a white man who has money and everything. Sometimes when the guy was approaching them, they're just seeing a way out of life. They saw that maybe something better for them, for their family, for for themselves. So I wouldn't really blame them so much, because deep down they were hoping for something better, better for themselves, better for their lives. And it happens. There are people who've met white people here, and it doesn't have to be white people, even like Black Americans and people from even other countries, and their lives change because they get married, they fly out, they go live and start their new lives in different countries. So maybe this is the perspective they had, for themselves when this Nugu was approaching them, as much as he had all the ill intentions you can possibly think of. So yeah, first of all, when this is for Kenyan men, many women, actually it's many women, most of them are doing this because of trying to survive. Security to women and safety to women, it's not a luxury, it's not a resource, it's a necessity, it's a survival, it's crucial for the survival of women, having safety and a sense of security. So most of them trying to go after that or look for that. Alafu wewe uko hapo like, oh, women are bad, women should just shut up, keep quiet. Because if you Kenyan men, ama tasi you, if Kenyan men, ama if the husbands and their boyfriends and whoever's who are being blamed for whatever all this is. If you are providing a good foundation for a man to be secure in himself, to be secure in his, to provide that sense of security to his girl, if it's a matter of, physical security, a emotional security, a matter of financial security, then we'd be talking about something else. But the fact that these women are doing this because they're just trying to survive, they're not like you, like men who are like, but like I said, the apex predator of women is men. And men's apex predators are awana because them themselves are the perpetrators. And so for men, security and safety, I feel like, is more of a resource and not a survival need or a survival thing compared to women. Because sisi, hata kutembea usiku hawezi, like there's some things that as a woman you're not capable of doing because you're fearful of your life, of being mistreated, of being misused, of being exploited, of being killed by men, not other women. So the fact that the people who are coming here to throw stones at these women and being like, oh, they're hoes and they're cheap and they're what, shut it, keep quiet, because you do not know what it means to be a woman. You don't know the struggles that women go through every single day. You just know the struggles of a man, and it's fine and it's fair. We are not disputing, it's fine. But don't come and start talking about women like you know what it is, like you know what's up. You don't. So shut it. But the episode was not supposed to be this emotional, but itakuwa emotional because this is very serious. And as men, we need to step up and protect our women in our society, our women and children, not to be the ones who are attacking them and after them. And also, as women, we need to know that these men are not there. Like, I wouldn't say they're not there, but we should now not give away our safety, or like give the responsibility of safety to a man. Let's be responsible for our own safety and for our own time, for our own existence, because relaying it to someone else or relaying your sense of being to someone else is just like setting yourself up for failure, for harm to be done to you. So just be careful, take care of yourself, put yourself in situations and environments where you know you're safe, you're wanted, you're loved, you're appreciated. And if you feel that you've gone to that environment and the vibes that you're receiving are not like warm, or something that's vibing with you, like they're not clicking with you, baby, just leave. Don't wait for it to get worse. Don't try and confirm being like a Sherlock Holmes over there. Just leave, because your life is more important than anything else. Okay, kama ni historia, friendships and everything, hizi vitu zingine za dunia, you will be able to handle it, ama you'll get it back. But your life is something that's very, very precious, and you should take care of yourself and take care 1,000%. And that's why we have this podcast, to come and try and make things better for ourselves, and not having to relay our expectations and our things that we need for ourselves and try and give that responsibility to other people, like our parents or our spouses, our friends, but instead to be responsible and accountable for ourselves and our own actions. Okay, good. So after all that ranting, so the first mistake that we usually make when it comes to access and boundaries is thinking that you being an easygoing person is a personality trait or a character trait. My friend, it's not. I'm here to tell you, it's not a personality trait, and it's not a character trait. This is something that you've learned over time because of how you've been brought up, and the being in an environment where you're not allowed to speak up and your voice or your opinions are being overlooked or overshadowed, or no one even just listens to you. So these are some of the effects that come about from being when people don't pay attention to you emotionally or physically or whatever when you're growing up. So you try and make it easy because, at the end of the day, we always want to belong as human beings. And because you want to belong and be part of someone, like something, or you want to be loved or receive love, then you feel like you have to be a specific way, or you have to act a specific way. You have to be kind, you have to be sweet, you have to be palatable for others so that you can be able to receive the love and in the recognition and the validation. But in real sense, you're setting yourself up for over explaining, actually, to over explain, to overthink, to try and answer every call, to make yourself show up for every event. And it's like, girl, boy, your point of life, or the main reason for your existence, is for you to enjoy life, not to try and play catch up or try and please others, or try and make people outside of yourself feel like they're worthy. First start with you before once they could stretch to the next person. Okay, the problem is you feeling like you're so easygoing, and you're so easy to talk to, and you respond to everything and you talk to everyone. It creates this illusion that you are kind, and that's really not the case. And in fact, I've done an episode on this, on the difference between niceness and kindness, so you can check that out. But yeah, don't mistake yourself for like being easygoing. Don't mistake it for you being kind or being, like that sweet person, because most of the things that you're doing, or that you're giving away, or that you're allowing access to, is draining you. It's draining your energy, it's draining your need, because man, people are exhausting. Like, having relationships is exhausting because you have to give off yourself, you have to share yourself, you have to show up for people. And if you do that without having a sense of structure or boundaries, then you end up draining yourself, because like we said, people are only human, right? Like, humans are only human, so they will just take until the well runs dry. And if it doesn't run dry, they'll continue taking. So in short, there's no limit to the taking. But there's a limit for the supply. So you, being the supplier of the good times and the good energy and the everything, learn to have a boundary. Learn to guard your space, guard your time, guard your heart and your emotions, because really not everyone is allowed to have access to that. Not everyone has, like, deserves to see your vulnerability. Not everyone will appreciate it as much as the ones that really have been there for you and they know your story and all of that. So compared to someone mwenye umemeet na mtu mwenye umejua for a period of time, the two of them will truly behave very differently when it comes to you expressing your vulnerability. You being drained, it's not because me being drained, it's not because I hate people or people suck, but it's just that people have gotten or have received unlimited access to me, and now they're just taking. And there's sasa wewe ukiendelea na kupenda, you're just going to end up being like a withered plant over there. Dehydrated. Because access without structure will definitely 1,000% exhaust you, right? So the top 3 things that I go about, or that I look at when it comes to access and boundaries, is knowing that access is a privilege. Access is a privilege and it's not a right? So no one should feel obligated to, to your space, to your time, to your emotional vulnerability. Like, hakuna mtu anafaa kukuwa na hiyo entitlement ya like, you should tell me, I deserve to know, I deserve this. We relax. So not everyone has access to your deepest thoughts, to your raw emotions, to your unprocessed thoughts. Like, these are really intimate aspects of yourself. So you having few people, people hata ni wengi, just 1 or 2 people who can have your back, and they hear you out, and they don't judge, right? They don't judge because let me give you a story. I grew up feeling like I had to earn like the right to be loved. I had to earn validation. I had to, I had to seek validation for existing and everything. And it's not because that my people hated me, but it's just that life was happening and things got out of hand. Let me just say that. Getting to grow up in the space that I grew up in, it really made me hyper focused, hyper vigilant, and everything, because I used to think that many of the reasons why I'm not receiving this love, or I'm not getting this kind of attention or this kind of validation, was because of the kind of person that I was, because of who I am or some of the things that I did. So with that, I tried to really refine the way I show up, the way I respond, how I respond, when like all these things. And in real sense, sometimes it really made me overplay and overperform, because at the end of the day, all I want is your validation, all I want is your love. So utapata do the most, right? I want to do the most for you. I want to show you that truly I am who I say I am. I'm that girl, I'm that friend, I'm that loyal friend, I'm that loving friend, I'm that sweet person, I'm that nice person. And in real sense, no one even cares. First of all, let's start from that. No one really cares. They only care if it has something to do with them. If they're benefiting off them, off you being nice and all this, then they will care. But if it has nothing, if your existence or your whole self has nothing to do with them, then trust you me, no one cares. So you could overperform, you could try to please people, trying to say the right things, thinking the right things, and try and making people happy. Just let it go, rest, just put your legs up and rest. You need to rest. Put your shoulders back, chin up, breath out, and clench your stomach. Relax, stop holding your things like this. Chill. Tulia. Turia, onyi, turia. Things like your thoughts and your emotional vulnerability, these are aspects of yourself that someone should earn to be able to see and experience from you, because these are not things that you just find on the surface. When you're just chilling, it's written on someone's forehead. These are really deep and intimate parts of ourselves. So for someone to be able to get access to that part, that intimate part, those deep thoughts, those dreams that you have, like the fears that you have, the insecurities, all those things, they have to earn it. They have to earn their place there, because if you're not able to earn it and you just give it away and share and just be like, I'm a person with a big heart, I just want you to know everything about me, I want you to know what makes me tick and everything, it just makes people lose respect for you. And it's not because what you're sharing or who you are or what it is that you're trying to give is like lacks respect or it's disrespectful, but because of how you relate that, because of how you revealed yourself to them. People respect things that take time and effort and energy. And once you give this intimate parts of yourself freely, and people don't feel like they have to work for it, you just like there's nothing that they've had to do for them to receive this information about you, then peace. First of all, they're gonna go away from you, they're gonna get away from you, they're not going to respect you, they're just gonna watapata the ick, because they're like, kumbe hata we si mysterious vile tulikuwa tunafikiria. And my motto, or something that nimekam kulearn as I go by, mystery is everything. Especially for you being a girl, mystery is everything. Like it makes everything so much more interesting and fun about you, because si lazima kila mtu ajue your life story. Not everyone has to know about your trauma and who did this, when, what, where, how. Not everyone deserves to know all that. And for the few ones that do, they appreciate it and they love you so much for it, and they accept you for it. So you being able to be picky and choosy and thoughtful and discerning of the people that you let into your life is quite so important. You have people in your life, and just because you have them in your life does not mean they're entitled to your inner world. Your inner world belongs to you. It belongs to you. Like I said, overexposure breeds disrespect because they didn't have to work for it. They didn't have to ask or, use any kind of effort or energy to try and find out this information or this part about you. So to them, it's just going to be like, meh, whatever. It's like when you go to the supermarket, you don't respect the free samples. Utakula tu kole, ni tamu, yeah, okay, whatever. Like when they uchukue, like now the actual product no bebe because imekubamba, but people have no respect for free samples. Most of the time hata wanakulanga tu for the fun because it's like, it's free, it's here, let me just eat. And it's not like hata tutendo by the thing that they're trying to market. So people rarely have respect for things that they get freely or easily or with zero to negative effort. Yeah, so make them work for it. Make them work for your time. Make them work for your love. Make them work for your existence. Because, bro, you deserve it and they deserve it. They deserve to work for yourself. Because it's not so easy to be yourself and be all this. I'ma take care of yourself and, look good and all that and be emotionally stable and all of that. Alafu unatry to make it easier for the person who's coming into your life to learn you like it's wet. Like, what? 1, 2, 3, no way. The thing that I came to find out about boundaries is such an interesting thing because you'll get to see the people who deserve to be in your life and the ones you need to put aside. Because the ones that you deserve, the ones that want to be in your life, when you give them, you tell them these boundaries about yourself and everything, they'll adjust. They won't complain, throw tantrums. They'll just adjust. They'll be like, oh, okay, so girl says she sleeps by 9 p.m. So they'll adjust. They know by 9 p.m. they should not be calling you. So they'll make all the necessary changes, the good effort to call you mchana when you're available and not wait until when it's too late to, get you on phone. So people who are healthy people will adjust to your boundaries, and unhealthy people are going to complain. They're going to make you feel like you asked for a lot. Kwanza your part. Because in all honesty, your vulnerability is not a community property. So please, you being able to filter out and guard your vulnerability and just offer it to people who respect your boundaries and who love you and who are genuinely there for you without having zero expectations. These are the people that I would encourage you to keep close. And you don't need a crowd. You don't even need like at least 3 best friends. Even just one like this one is more than enough. Having one best friend is definitely more than enough. The third and the final thing is that your nervous system knows. Your nervous system cannot hide from you. You cannot pretend. You cannot run away from your nervous system. Your nervous system always pays the price of you being nice, of you being kind, of you overplaying, overperforming. Your nervous system gets to pay the price, and it's because all this unlimited access that you're giving to people that is so unwarranted, and it's not like you're their parents or their like savior. I don't know why you're trying to play Jesus, but all this overgiving and this unlimited access just overstimulates your nervous system. It just inafanyanga system yako you feel like overwhelmed. It's too much. Like you're not meant to give like that. You're not meant to show up like that. You're not meant to do all those things that you're doing just to prove your existence, or to show us that you existing is worth our while. No. Don't do it. Just cut it. You having to always respond and doing all this. These are some of the things that lead you to say, oh, I'm anxious, I'm overstimulated, I'm so exhausted, I'm feeling overwhelmed, because you're overperforming. You're overdoing, you're oversaying, you're overexpressing. Like, girl, boy, calm down. Tulia. And I remember like when I first dated seriously, like the first serious relationship I was in, which I can count them because that's how fearful I am of relationships. Like, guys, can you be serious? Can I be serious? So in one of the relationships that I was so serious in, and I was so into this person, and I was really into this person, I could give my time and my my energy, and we'd spend most of my free time together. Like when I'd have things to do, I'd be like, no, I'll do them next time. I just want to be here with you. There's no other place I'd rather be. Trust me, there are other places you'd rather be. And it's not because they're any better, but it's for your own good. And also, they might be better, but they're for your own good. And also, people, like we said, people don't value when you give them so much of your time, so much of your attention, so much of your anything of yours freely. Because what are like, isi kitu, it's just some cheap shit, right? Nikitaka tu atanipea, nikimcall tu ata show up, right? And most of the time, by the at growing up, I used to, okay, my love language is quality time. So knowing that my love language is quality time, and wanting to relay that to the people that I love and the people around me, like my friends and my family and all that, I find that most of the time, okay, because quality time was my love language, I'd want to spend time, so much time with you, not realizing that this other person is thinking, and Kwani Wangari has all this time to give me. Kwani she doesn't care about herself, ama she doesn't have more important things to do. Now, instead of them appreciating the time, the quality time that you're giving them, ama that you're sharing with them, they start thinking at, hey, wait, what are you doing here? Like, mbona unanipatia hii time yote? Because they don't seem or think that they're worth that much time. So they'll start criticizing you for it. They'll start seeing as if like you're desperate. Like, they start feeling like, oh, I'm actually, maybe I am that special, that it's making it possible for Wangari to forfeit her things or her activities. So you being able to have a boundary and to be what to be moderate in how you share your time and how you express yourself and how you show up will actually determine how people see you and perceive you and think of you. Not that it matters, but it will show you, like, it will really help in how people treat you and how they carry themselves around you. So that's why it's kind of important. And the funny thing about our bodies and about our nervous systems, it knows, your nervous system knows. It knows when you're giving your attention or your accessibility to too many people. It knows. You'll just feel exhausted, drained. You don't even want to hang out with anyone anymore when you're leaving, like the hangouts or the meetups. You just want to chill and be with yourself. And it's not because atiuliboe kama walikubo, but it's because we give too much. So this year, we are being intentional with our time, energy, and our vulnerability, okay? So these are things that we're not gonna compromise on. Finally, everyone should not have the same level of access to you. Not everyone should have that. As much as, yes, we're like, we should pick the ones who care about us and learn how to, shield ourselves from the ones that don't care about us that much. Like in church, tukwetuna some discernment when it comes to choosing people in our lives, be it our partners, be it our friends, and also people that we get to share our everyday life with, right? So for us, okay, there's three simple ways that we can be able to help ourselves when it comes to categorizing people in our lives. Because unaweza pata, so many people and you feel so close to almost all of them, and you feel like they all give you this love and everything and value, but there are levels to this thing, right? There are levels to this thing. So there's the inner world. That's why you have like your family, your best friend, your partner, your husband, like it's the really close, really intimate people who don't judge you, who don't, yani ni wale watu unajua this one is my ride or die. Sana it's usually like family members, but see what, but few family members, maybe your partner, your parents, blah blah blah, right? The second circle is the middle circle, and this one is just limited access. So this ones are just like, okay, you can just say your friends, like the people you hang around with, maybe your people that like can go out together, you can travel together, you do activities together, but it's not like that's intimate, right? Like, but you know each other, you know where you live, mnajuana. And now you have finally the outer circle, and this outer circle sasa hapo ndo nekanga acquaintances, like those people that you meet when I interact with them the first 2 days, your co-workers, like hapo outer circle too is just the you that the people that you don't mind if they perceive you however they perceive you out, whatever, like these are people that you just get to interact once in a while, and that's fine. So when you get to know these three circles, the inner, middle, and the outer circle, you'll be perfectly in a position to be able to categorize your people in your life without having to be confused, like where does this person end, so simplify everything. Okay, that's what I used, and trust me, it's really helped me, because I felt like at some point, because I have friends from different places, like the like I have my friends are like literally so diversified, and considering how diversified they are, I there's a moment in time that I got to feel that I'm a bit overwhelmed, because I don't know how to shop for these people, because I loved them all, like I love every one of my friends, but not that not everyone deserves for me to show up differently, but like everyone has their own place in my life, and I had to learn where to place everyone instead of trying to place people where the overperforming or the underperforming, or in that unaweza pata this is someone that's super close to me alafu nimemweka kwa outer circle, alafu unaweza pata mtu wa outer circle nimemweka kwa inner circle. So you see, getting to do this, the difference between these circles just helps you protect yourself and to place people where they're at rightfully without any confusion, without having any discourse, okay? Because not everyone gets the front row seat of your life. Not everyone deserves that. Because the others who deserve the lobby, and that's okay. Like, ni sawa wakiwa kwa lobby, pia ni sawa. At least you're still in the building, so... And that's okay. So that brings me to the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed. I'd like you to list some of the things or some of the issues you've been having when it comes to access to yourself and the boundaries that you hold for yourself and for others. So you can comment to me hapo, unaweza nikomenti hapo chini, nataka kuona ama I'm the only one, what am I saying, ama I'm the only one who's been experiencing this. So I'm looking forward to seeing your responses. I'm so excited. And here's to a happy Friday despite the weather, and have a nice weekend, and until the next time. I am your host Diversified Wangari, and this is the Peace of Mind talks about the Peace of Mind KFC. Am I hungry? Oh my goodness. And this is the Peace of Mind KE podcast. So anyway, until the next time, my love. Peace.